Hello, my beautiful divas. Welcome back to my channel. If I seem low energy, I got my wisdom teeth out a week ago, and my teeth kind of hurt still, but I'm really tired of sitting in my room and doing nothing every day. So I was like, I must make a YouTube video. The last time I saw you guys, I did not have bangs, nor was my hair this bright. I wanted to be Lizzie McGuire. So in my time of solitude, I made this presentation you see in front of you, titled A Ranking of Every Book That I've Ever Read. This is excluding a lot. I used to read a lot as a kid, so we're not counting those because I don't know what books I read. These are like the ones I distinctly remember reading in like the past probably 6 years, so like 2020. Before we start, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe. Right now, I have less subscribers than my sister, and as an older sister, it's really hurting me on the inside, so please, for the cause of me, you should subscribe. I got this slide template from Canva. It's really cute. Wait, that's so cool. I just changed the setting and I didn't realize that it would do that. That's so cute. Anyway, this was actually my sister's idea. She told me that I should talk about all the books that I've read because I haven't read many. I really just don't enjoy reading all that much. I wouldn't say that I've replaced it with TV or movies because I don't really enjoy watching those much either. I like watching YouTube. That's primarily what I consume. And I also really just like thinking in my own head. And just as a disclaimer, this is not actually a ranking. All these books in my eyes are kind of the same. Objectively, some are probably better than others, but you know, there's not many of them. So therefore, I think they're all in the same little group and they're all best friends, actually. First one we have is The Great Gatsby. I love this book. If someone asks me what my favorite book is, this is the one I give them. I read this book before I was forced to in high school, and I think maybe that's the reason I liked it so much, because when we started reading it in high school, I was so excited, and no one else was. Everyone else didn't like it. I thought it was the best book ever. I still do. I think it's fantastic. I think it's hilarious. It's like a comedy. I feel like if it was marketed as a comedy, then it might do better, but I love her. Next, we have Miles to Go by Miley Cyrus. This is the memoir that she wrote when she was 16 years old. Some of the highlights of this book include her 16th birthday party at Disneyland, and they shut down the park just for her. Other points of interest is when she was dating Nick Jonas, and also when they broke up. Hannah Montana, I think the first 2 seasons of the show. I'm not sure if the Hannah Montana movie was in production or if it had started yet. I want to say it's like around that time though. But I love Miley Cyrus. This was such a fun read. Next is Call Me By Your Name, and I read this one summer. It was just a book that I read. I mean, it's like kind of boring, but like in a book way. All books are inherently kind of boring if you don't like reading that much. But I thought it was good. I enjoyed reading it while I was, so. Next is Sense and Sensibility. This is the only Jane Austen novel I have ever read, and I read it on a whim. I was bored in class one day, and my English teacher had it on his bookshelf, and I was like, hey, can I read this? And he was like, sure. So I did. It's kind of funny. I don't really know how this compares to any of her other novels, but I thought it was fun. The next one we have is the Twilight series, the entire thing. Yes, I actually read 4 books continuously. I know, it's hard to believe, but I was in fact bullied by my friend for reading these, which is so fair. It's Twilight, you know, it's trashy and bad, but in the best way possible. It's fantastic. I love the movies. Love them so much. But I had to read the books, obviously. You can't just watch the Twilight movies without reading the books. Actually, you can. I won't judge you for that. But I really wanted to read the books, so I did. They all kind of blend together to me. I don't really remember like distinct parts about each book. I remember Breaking Dawn was really hard to get through because I didn't want to hear Jacob whine the entire time. He's such a complainer in that book. It's so annoying. So annoying. Who asked for a Jacob POV? No one asked for that. An Edward POV would have been worse. So I guess it's fine in that regard. I probably wouldn't reread any of these, but I would probably watch the movies again because I love them so much. I believe in the spirit of Twilight. The next one is Midnight Sun. I hate this book. I hate this book. I hate this book. I didn't finish it. I got through halfway and I gave up. I was like, no, I can't read this anymore. I hate Edward. He's so annoying. He does not shut up. This book is twice the length, I swear, of the first book. And the same plot points happen. Nothing new happens. And he says like the same things over and over again. I feel like it's not new information that we didn't know before. Enough about this silly book. Next, we have My Antonia. Not much happens in this book. I don't know how I heard about this book and wanted to. I don't know. I don't know how I acquired it. I just did, and I read the book. And there's like 5 things that happened pretty much, which is why I wrote that. I enjoyed reading it at the time. I couldn't really tell you much about it except for like the major plot points of the book. Next, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. While I was making this fantastic presentation that I'm showing you right now, my sister came in to check on my progress, and I got to The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and she was like, oh yeah, didn't you know the entire like subtext of the book? No, didn't know that. So I learned something new that day. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sure you could look it up, because apparently a lot of people knew this and didn't tell me. I thought that he was just sending letters to his teacher. That being said, I did like this book. While I was reading it, I had a fantastic time, and I watched the movie afterwards, and I think the book is better. But Emma Watson is in that movie, and I love Emma Watson. Next, Lost in a Book. Also on the train of Emma Watson. I must have did that on purpose. I don't remember that. This is based on the live action Beauty and the Beast, and it's fan fiction. It's fan fiction that is published. It was released, I think, around the same time as the movie. movie. If I'm not mistaken, this takes place within the timeline of the movie. So like she's still living with the Beast. He's still a beast, which is really beautiful, and I really love that. I don't want anybody to think that maybe their fan fiction isn't good enough to be published. Not true. This is a New York Times bestseller. You can do it too. I believe in you. Me and my sister loved this book when it came out. I don't know why. I guess we just thought it was fantastic, and we still talk about it to this day. We loved it so much that it is permanently entered our bucket of references. The basic premise is that she gets, if I may, lost in a book. She goes into a book magically. Magic exists in that universe. That's fine. I don't really remember like the whole plot point about like her like leaving and all that nonsense, but I know that she goes into a book, and I think that's really beautiful. Next we have The Virgin Suicides. What a tonal shift. Like the slide suggests, I did in fact finish this book. I think I read most of it while I was on a retreat in high school that I was forced to go to. I had no choice in the matter, and I hated it. I was very miserable. I was really unhappy. And believe it or not, finishing this book actually discouraged me from wanting to kill myself. So that's pretty neat. I think arguably the book is better than the movie, even though Hayden Christensen is in the movie for a little bit. Shout out my Hayden Christensen video. Yeah. Also, gorgeous cover. I love this cover. Next one, oh, good lord. The Summer I Turned Pretty series. I believe we bought these books when the first season came out. We were like, let's read the books. Gotta know what happens next. Somehow they made Jeremiah worse in the show, and I really applaud that. That's really spectacular. That's really beautiful. That is such a creative choice, and I love that. I like the first book. I hate the books where Jeremiah has a POV and you have to read them. I think that's like mainly the second and part of the third. Very annoying. Don't like it. Maybe it was because I read ahead of the show, or I just saw people talking about season 2 and that it was like not great, that I didn't watch season 2, nor did I watch season 3. I don't intend to watch the other 2 seasons, and I don't intend to watch the movie, but I wish them well. Love Lola, love Chris Briney. I hope that they do fantastic things. I just won't be watching, and I don't think they care. I do love the book covers, though. They're very gorge. They're very gorgina. Next, we have Lolita. I did read this book, and I was so happy to be done with it. So happy to be done with it. It was really disgusting. I hated it, and I wanted to throw up. But I finished it. I don't know why. I read this on my own volition. I don't know what possessed me to do that. It's disgusting. And that's the point. So my sister has a somewhat sister-related video to this, where she was going through her book collection and deciding what to give away and what to keep. So generous of her. She brought me in to decide whether or not I was keeping some of my books on the bookshelf. When she asked if I wanted to keep Lolita, I think my exact words were, I would rather finish Danger Force than read this book again. So safe to say, she's finding a different home. Next we have Animal Farm. Oh my god, that hurt really bad. Animal Farm. Fantastic book. I love this book. I think it's hilarious. I think I bring it up more often than I probably should. I saw that they were making a movie. I don't plan on watching it, but I'm glad that people are making movies about this. They should be. Next we have Where the Crawdads Sing. Girl, it's a book. That is a fantastic note, Maddie. Thank you so much. It was a book that I read. I was really intrigued while I was reading it, and I enjoyed my time there. I think the book is better than the movie. I do like Carolina by Taylor Swift, the song she wrote for the movie, and people don't like it, and I think that's really rude. I think it's a great song. I probably would recommend this to others. I think it's a great book. Ow. I got so excited for Animal Farm, and now my teeth are really hurting. Next we have The Bell Jar. I don't remember much about this book. I know that she gets electroshock therapy. There we go. For some reason, I could not say that word. I enjoyed it while I was reading it. I had like a great time. I was really intrigued. Like I wanted to know what was happening next. I'm pretty sure there's a sailor in this book. My sister doesn't think that I'm remembering this correctly. You guys will have to correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty confident there's a sailor in this book. Like she meets a sailor. If not a sailor, he's like a marine or something. You know, like I thought he was wearing like a sailor cap. See, now the more I think about it, the more I think I'm going crazy, but my sister can't be right. I'm just kidding. I love her. Next we have Romeo and Juliet. I was supposed to read this, as most people did in high school, but my English teacher at the time hated it so much that he was like, we're never doing that. So I had to go out and buy it on my own. I like the story of Romeo and Juliet. Sue me. I think it's really funny. I think it's hilarious. And I love the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes. What a great movie. I don't think I included it on here, but in high school I also read Othello, but I think it's because I didn't count it because I was forced to. I probably wouldn't have read Othello if I had the choice, but I'm glad I did. I liked that play as well. I thought it was good. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents on Othello. Ow. This is so mean that my tooth is like actually like trying to kill me while I'm talking about Britney Spears. How rude. The Woman in Me, Britney Spears, best book ever written. She's a genius. I love her so much. She's actually the queen of everything. She should be the president. I love her so much. Yeah, she's like the honorary diva of the channel. There's a lot of honorary divas of this channel. I'll give you some honorary divas off the top of my mind. Britney Spears. Of course, I just said that. Kylie Cantrell, love her. I can't think of any more off the top of my head. But you know what? That might be a fun little exercise we could do later. But this is a fantastic book. I really liked it. No one's shocked by this news. I also love the cover. Anyway, the next one we have. Oh, what an interesting segue. The Silver Eyes graphic novels. So you can come at me and be like, graphic novels isn't a book. I don't care. Okay, I read them. I borrowed them from the library. I wanted to read them that bad that I borrowed them from the library. And I loved them. I thought they were fantastic. I thought they were so good. My favorite character, obviously, Elizabeth. She's such a diva. I'm so sorry. Honorary diva of the channel, Elizabeth. John, hottie. We all know this. I think the story is really good. Do I care about like what it means for the lore of the games? I'm not the person to ask about that, okay? I just like watching other people do their theories. That's not my job. Actually, if I own these books, I probably would reread them. I'm not even gonna lie. I might invest in them. The Twisted ones I thought was a little boring. But other than that, I think the Silver Eyes in the Fourth Closet, really good. I haven't read any other FNAF books simply because that's a lot of work for me. But if anybody has good recommendations, like which ones are really good, I would be happy to get those. And also, if they've made more graphic novels, I would happily read those as well. Next, we have The Stranger. This is a book that I read because PewDiePie reviewed it many a years ago. I don't know how long ago it was, but it was when he was doing his book reviews. And this was one of them. And I was like, that sounds interesting. Let me read it. It's a short book. It's a really easy read. I don't really think about it all that often, but like every time someone asks me like, is it a good book? I'm like, yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I thought it was a good book. I have so many more to go and my tooth really hurts. This is so unfair. I think I'm going to start a support group for people who have to go through wisdom teeth removal because I don't think anyone should have to get their wisdom teeth removed. It's really not fair. I almost cried when they put the anesthetic in my arm through my IV. I really don't like the idea of local anesthetic can put me to sleep, even though I don't want to be asleep. I don't like that. Really freaked me out. Next, we have All the Bright Places. I did in fact finish this book in one day, not because I was so intrigued to what was going to happen. I think I already knew what was going to happen, but I just wanted to read it and finish it. That's so mean. I don't remember writing that and I haven't thought about it since, which is true. I really haven't thought about it since, but if someone asks me like what happens in the book, I can picture it. It just doesn't really come up in my day-to-day life, so I haven't had to think about it very often. And I guess it was intriguing enough that I finished it in a day. It wasn't difficult for me to finish it. Next is The Midnight Library. I did in fact forget everyone was British when I was reading this book. I read it over a few days, I'm pretty sure, and I had to keep reminding myself when I would see dialogue. I'm like, oh my god, why are they saying that? They're British. I don't really have strong opinions on this book. I know it's like some people really don't like it and some people really like it. I don't really care, to be honest. It was a book that I read and I read it. I liked it while I was reading it. The more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I can see why people don't like it, but I read it, which I can't say about many books. Next is Padawan. This is the only Star Wars book I ever read. We have so many Star Wars books that I want to read, but I, once again, don't like reading. I will have to overcome that because I thought this book was really good. I read this over 2 plane rides, and I think about it a lot. If I'm thinking about Star Wars, this probably will come up. I can't remember if this is a canon or legend book. I think it might be canon. I don't know. Check the wiki. I'm not for certain. Either way, it was great. I guess if I really wanted to do an authentic ranking, I probably could, but a lot of them would end up on the same tier anyway, of just like, I don't know, they were books. This one's pretty high up there. I wouldn't reread it because I've already read it once. Why do I need to reread it? I would recommend this one to anyone who likes Star Wars and wants to get into the books. This is a good one. Oh, so cute. I did not do this for just the physical books. So this is the audiobook section. When I got Spotify Premium the first time, I was like, oh my god, there's books on here? That's so crazy. I haven't used the audiobook feature since, but you know, I really liked it when it was brand new. I made such a cute little side. So gorgeous. The first one we have is I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. This is a fantastic book. I wish I had the physical version just to like to display. I'm pretty sure I did finish this in one day, maybe 2, I can't remember actually. But I was like, I have to keep going. It is so good. You don't need to hear this from me. Everyone said this. Okay, my opinion is probably garbage compared to anybody else, and I love her. She's an honorary diva of the channel, of course. Next, we have Paris, the memoir. This is Paris Hilton's memoir. Another memoir is very funny. You'll see that most of these are memoirs. I really like memoirs. I think they're very interesting. Similar to how I like biopics. I just like hearing about people's lives. I don't know. There's some crazy things in here that I just truly like did not know. And that was really interesting for me to hear. And I love Paris Hilton. I think she's an icon. Next is My Body by Emrata. This book was extremely hard to get through. Not because it's like bad, it's fantastically written. It's so well written. And I believe on Spotify, it's narrated by her. And so is Jeanette McCurdy's. It's also narrated by her. And so is Paris Hilton's. If you have Spotify Premium, I would suggest that because it's a really good way to hear the book. It like made me sick to my stomach many a times. It makes it very difficult to be a woman. I would suggest this to anyone just because it's fantastically written. It's so good. It's just very depressing at times. Buckle up for that if you do want to read it. Next, Down the Drain by Julia Fox. I think I just need to like start getting into more memoirs. But like I don't want to read a memoir about someone I don't care about. This book is crazy. Actually like insane. It's great. I would also recommend this to someone. It's wild. And I love Julia Fox. I think she's a freaking icon. I'm pretty sure she also reads this on the Spotify audiobook. So not to like persuade anyone to join Spotify. I would persuade you against it. It's the worst. But this is one thing that I would say is a plus. And that is the end of my fantastic presentation. And based on anything that I have given to you information wise, leave me some suggestions in the comments. I think I might prefer an audiobook more now that I'm thinking about it, simply because I like hearing things. I don't really like just sitting and reading because I feel like I'm not being productive. I hope you enjoyed this fantastic video. If you did, please subscribe or like the video, up to you. Because I've been bedridden, I actually have had a lot of time to script, so I have a lot of videos coming up. I got a few comments on some of my last videos about how they love seeing my American Girl dolls, and so I put them both here. They're permanent residents now. You guys are welcome. In case you missed my McKenna video, this is Kanani, and that's Isabel. Look out for more videos in the future. They are coming, I promise. If you're interested, check out my channel that I have with my sister. We do a little podcast over there. If you don't like podcasts, that's fine. We're gonna be starting a Tamagotchi Life Living the Dream series, so if you're interested in that, go check that out when it comes out. It's not going to be out when this video is out, but that's okay. It will be out soon, I promise. We also have some stuff planned this summer that we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing some silly little things, so if you wanted to see that, go check us out. And as always, go check out my sister. This video wouldn't have existed without her, so... And as much as I want to beat her in subscribers, please go subscribe. She's so cool. Anyway, that is all I have today. I'm going to go ice my face because it hurts so bad, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.